Welcome to Yoga Kai. My name's Kylie and I'll be your instructor. Today we're going to be working on Sun Salutations, which are an integral part of your yoga practice. They're considered like the yoga warm-up or the way that you really start moving your entire body. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move through them together, do your best, and afterwards I'll be showing you some modifications or variations that can help you as you progress in your own Sun Salutations. Let's get started in a standing position at the top of your mat. From a standing position, you're going to start by either having the feet hip-width apart, or you can take your big toes together, heels slightly apart, fingertips reaching towards the earth. The legs are engaged, the shoulders are rolled back. And you will get started by engaging your Ujjayi breath. So start to activate the inhale through the nose and lengthen the exhale also through the nose. One more breath. Let's go together. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Sun Salutation A. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms press, gaze follows. Exhale, fold forward. You're going to soften the knees if you need to, gaze towards the knees. Inhale, hands to shins, gaze forward, lengthen. Keep the gaze forward as you plant the hands, step the feet back, and take a half push-up chaturanga, elbows right next to your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to stay in our downward facing dog position for 5 breaths. Ideally, in your downward facing dog, the hands are about shoulder width apart, the feet are about hip width apart, and you're lengthening the tailbone towards the sky to maintain a nice, long spine. Good. One more breath here. On your next inhale, you're going to push into your mat to lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, look towards the top of your mat. You're going to inhale, step, or take a little hop to the top of your mat. Hands to shins. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold, look towards your knees. Now, vigorous inhale, sweep the arms up, palms press, gaze follows. Exhale, back to our starting position, mountain pose. Moving on to Sun Salutation B, bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana or chair. Good. Exhale, fold forward, look towards the knees. Place the hands on the shins. Inhale, gaze forward. Keep the gaze forward as you plant the hands. Step or jump back. Half push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, right away, you're going to take the right foot forward, left heel flat. Inhale, fingertips extend through to the ceiling, warrior 1. And exhale, plant the hands, shoot the right foot back, half push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, left foot shoots between the hands, right heel swivels flat. Inhale, warrior 1, plug the fingertips into the sky. And exhale, plant the hands, shoot the foot back, half push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 5 breaths. The breath is engaged. The head is in a natural position where the neck can be nice and relaxed. One more breath here. On your next inhale, you're going to lengthen tailbone to sky. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze to the top of your mat. Inhale, step or hop to the top, hands to shins, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Look towards the knees. Now bend the knees. Inhale up to your chair position, Utkatasana. And exhale, Samasthiti or mountain pose. Great, those were our sun salutations. And now I'm going to break them down and give you some modifications or other progressions to make them even better. Let's talk about the forward fold. So in the forward fold, you want to try and keep your spine nice and long, and you want to avoid hunching or rounding the spine too much, because then you're not stretching where you want to stretch. You want to be stretching through the back of the legs, and the best way to do that is by lengthening through the spine. So I would rather that your legs were soft and bent than your legs were straight and your spine is curved. So this is what a modified forward fold might look like. So as you start folding forward, you get to a point where you can't really go any further. You're going to bend the knees until you can comfortably make contact with the floor. Keep the spine long and look towards the knees. So this might be a forward fold at first, and that's just fine. The next modification is for Chaturanga, or that half push-up position that can be challenging if you're not used to it. So the best way to modify this is by taking it down to your knees. So instead of being on your toes in a high plank, you're on your knees, gaze is forward, and you're going to bend the elbows. Keep the elbows next to the rib cage here, and then you'll just roll back up to your upward facing dog. So that's something that as you work on it more, you'll gain arm strength and you'll be able to have an awesome Chaturanga. Now let's talk about your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is going to be seen again and again throughout our yoga flows. So it is really important that you have proper form so that one day it's not an intense posture and more of a reset button or a relaxing posture. So let's come into our downward facing dog position. Like I said, hands shoulder width apart, feet are about hip width apart, and your goal is to have a nice long spine and eventually get your heels down to the ground. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen your very first time. So the best way to modify this is by bending the knees and lengthening through the spine. So you can see my knees are bent, my heels are off the ground, head hangs heavy, downward facing dog. Hi, cutie. Now let's talk about the warrior one position. The warrior one position can have a lot of different variations and modifications, and I'm just going to show you one today. So from a downward facing dog position, you're going to, again, shoot the right foot forward between the hands. If you can't quite get the feet between the hands, reach behind the ankle and coax it forward a little more. And from this runner's lunge position, you'll take the back knee down to the mat. You might inhale, extend the fingertips up, and then exhale, take the foot back, and you'll be ready for your modified Chaturanga. So you would repeat that on both sides. Or even if you don't need to modify, that's a great variation to take when you're feeling a little low energy or like you need just a little bit extra time to wake up or warm up. That was Sun Salutation A and B. In a typical yoga practice, you would do around 3 Sun Salutation A and 2 Sun Salutation B, and that way you would be warmed up and ready for your yoga flow. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please subscribe if you liked what you saw and would like to see more. I'll see you guys next time. Namaste. Hey, if you guys liked this video and want to see more like it, comment below and let me know what you liked and what else you want to see. Thanks.